The Sports Mix with Steve Smith on Mix 93.8.
One of the success stories, I think we can call it that, of women's sport in general is the Women's Proteas. And I'm delighted to have the team in from the Wanderers joining me live in studio. You know what? We're creating a couple of superstars in the women's game, and I think that is always a good thing, kind of identifying a role model. Obviously, Wanderers is a club that's been around since the year dot. It's an institution. Can you tell us, Frank, just a little bit about the history of the club itself, with particular reference to cricket, I would say?
Yeah, I mean, the Wanderers Club has been in existence since 1888.
Oh, okay, so literally from the year dot, yeah.
We do believe we're probably the oldest club in Gauteng or in Johannesburg, although our friends at Pirates seem to think otherwise.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll have them on next week.
Cricket was one of the founding sports. I think cricket and rugby were the two founding sports. And so a long history of sporting excellence at the Wanderers. There's 14 different codes of sports now played at the Wanderers.
Wow.
Of which cricket is just one of them. And 2.5-3 years ago, we thought about how do we expand the cricket at the club? How do we tap into the new growing trend towards women's and ladies cricket? So we advertised to restart the team. There were teams in the past at the Wanderers that sadly had folded and faded away.
Okay.
But we turned around and said, no, we want to be relevant as a modern cricket club. We need to have a ladies section, a ladies team.
Yeah. And
we did advertise through various different channels, including MixFM.
Okay.
I remember you reading an advert once on a Friday morning, and
bless me.
We were very lucky that
I'm surprised anyone turned up after me reading that.
Thank you so much, Steve. You changed my life.
So we're very lucky that we had somebody like Shannon, who's probably one of the most passionate people about cricket in the whole world that I've ever met.
Well, let's
answered the call.
Let's pause that for a second, because correct me if I'm wrong, you are the supporter of the year when it comes to supporting our Proteas women's team.
I am, yeah.
I mean, how does that make you feel? I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Well, it's an award that G Sports has, part of their yearly awards, and it's a nomination process. So people have to put you forward, and then there's a whole voting over a couple of months. So yeah, it's over 1,000 votes at least in the category, and I was fortunate enough to win last year, and I was nominated again this year. But Annette Bosman, she pitted me at the end, but which is good because all women's sport, it's only awards for women's sport, so it's fabulous. So, but my inspiration is the Protea women's team, and I tell them that every time I see them, and I'm just grateful that they're doing so well, and CSA has pumped money in the last couple of years, and it's sad because there's a lot of players from my generation, and they didn't get to do what they're doing now.
Totally.
But you got players like Marazon Cup and Danae.
And wasn't she fantastic in India?
I mean, fabulous player of the series. So she did really well from being out of the T20s and then coming into India and then playing. So but she's always, with the time when she comes onto the field, she just plays wonderful cricket, and she's such an ambassador for the game in the world. So, and I mean, she has support from India, Pakistan, Australia, New Zealand. Doesn't matter where she goes, there's a crowd that follows her. So without players like that have, I mean, she's 10 years in the game now. So she just recently had 100 caps back in Potchefstroom. So it's amazing over 10 years how much time she's given back to the game. And it's just sad because, a guy that plays as long as she would have 300 caps where she only has 100. So, but it's moving in the right direction, and that's all we can hope for, and moving forward. So yeah.
Well, I think a lot of that is down to what you guys are doing. I mean, if I had to ask you, why cricket as a sport specifically? There's so many different options. Even at the Wanderers, there's so many different options. What is it about cricket that is just so appealing to you?
Sure, I joined because I love cricket, always loved watching it, and then I ended up finding such wonderful people around. Good beer helps.
Always, yes.
Of course, Maddy.
I think it's all about having fun, Us girls like to smash it, we like to catch those balls, we like to bowl the ball and, get a batsman out. It's still running into each other and saying, yes, we got that wicket. It took us long to get it, but we got it.
Yeah.
So it is all just fun. Well, my team is fun because I'm captain of B side.
So are you saying it's fun because you're the captain, or just...
Well, there's beer. There's beer for Maddy. It's fun.
But the A side, there's two different pools, and the A side is more got some ex-Protea players, got some provincial players, and
Fantastic.
they really focus on doing the hard work and becoming really good cricket players.
Let's talk about the redevelopment of the game, women's game at the Wanderers specifically. Talk us through that journey, if you can, just in a little bit more detail. You kind of fell away, so to speak, and then has kind of reignited. Is this a sort of thing that's available for youngsters? Is it more into a kind of teenage and adult group? How does it work, broadly speaking, at the Wanderers?
So I think we opened the door, and we're willing to take youngsters of all ages. We do have young girls in our junior section,
Okay.
but they're practicing and playing with the boys. So we don't necessarily have girls teams yet at the Wanderers. I think it's something we can look at for the future. It's not a big sport yet in the schools, I believe, so that's something we need to look at. And maybe the clubs could take the space, offer access to cricket where they wouldn't necessarily get it in the schools. When we restarted the section, it was very much an open door, and we were quietly surprised that there were people out there wanting to restart their careers in cricket who'd lost it before, and people wanted to start from scratch.
Yeah.
We've got Shannon's got and Maddy have got players who've never touched a cricket bat or ball before in their lives.
See, I think that's brilliant.
And they're finding a home at the Wanderers. Yeah. So that's really what I think has been one of the success stories as well.
Yeah, we just, our philosophy with Maddy and I is just come and play. Doesn't matter if you played backyard cricket with your brothers, or your dad's thrown a couple of balls around to you. Just come down and see what it's like. Have a go with some of our senior girls. Our senior girls are really open to showing all the youngsters how to hold the bat, where to stand, how to bowl, catching, fielding. That's the thing about cricket. You don't have to be special in everything.
Yeah.
You can pick one out of the three.
Yeah.
Batting, bowling, fielding, and become really good at one of them.
My sister is a brilliant bowler, simply because
Tell her to come to Wanderers Club.
Well, she's in the Netherlands at the moment, but maybe she'll
Tell her
pop
to
over.
come
Because I traumatized her in the back garden to say, come and play cricket with me day in, day out. So she's actually not a bad little bowler. But I love the idea that anybody of any level of skill can kind of pop along and not feel intimidated. Because often when you're trying a new sport and you don't really know the gear and you don't really know how it works and stuff, there's an intimidation factor. And I don't really get that from you as a team.
No, not at all. I'm usually, I see a newbie. She really loves cricket. Don't know how to catch the ball, don't know how to throw the ball, don't know how to hold the bat. And we like to take them under our wings and teach them the basics. There's girls who are missing every ball, and now they're catching all the balls.
Love it.
Yeah. So it's any age. I started playing cricket at 37 and never really played cricket before, and now I'm loving it. So there's 14-year-olds, there's 50-year-olds playing, so any age can come and play.
So how does it work from a games point of view? Let's put it that in terms of fixtures, etc. Are you playing against other clubs?
We do.
So just talk me through how that would work.
Okay, there's 15 teams in our area.
Okay.
And there's two pools. So you have your very competitive pool, which is your A pool, and then you have your B pool, which is your teams that want to compete but just haven't been able to just jump that skill level. So it allows them, for teams that are equally skilled, to play against each other. So because we don't want, when there's new sides, we don't want the good sides to then walk over them. And we've had instances in the last couple of seasons where that's happened. So this year we've changed it. We've changed it this year, and I'm part of the women's executive as well at Central Gauteng Lions. So, and part of our mission statement is to involve as many girls as we can, as many women as we can, but to play at a level where we have the competitive cricket. So it allows our provincial players to play good cricket, and then it allows for new girls, novices, to come in and also work their way through teams and then up through the levels into provincial cricket. So that's why we say we don't shy. Nobody is pushed away, ever. Yeah. And we encourage all the clubs to do the same. So, in fact, one of the clubs, they then bat a senior with a junior, so that the junior player gets to play with a senior player and learns during a game. So, and it's 35 over league. And we have a T20 competition at the beginning of the season, which allows for that's more of the fun part. 35 overs is pretty long sometimes for the juniors. Senior cricket, we're quite used to it. We used to play 50 overs back in my day. So now it's 35 overs, and it's Saturday afternoons. Most of our games are then.
I love it.
And it stretches 6 months.
Brilliant.
So it's quite a while.
We're going to come back and we're going to chat a little bit more about the T10s, which I like the sound of a lot. And also how we would get hold of you guys, just in terms of of, Facebook pages, social media, etc., so that we know exactly where to go. I'm absolutely loving this. Isn't it nice? Isn't it refreshing to be talking about women's cricket for a change?
The Sports Mix with Steve Smith on Mix 93.8.
Just gone 6:30 Thursday evening. Welcome to the Sports Mix with me, Steve Smith. A little bit later, I'll be chatting through one or two changes to the box lineup to face Wales and the all-important semi-final in the Rugby World Cup. I think we've got in the bag. That's Sunday from around 11 a.m. South African time, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Steve, great tunes as always. How about the original version of Peter Pumpkinhead by Ecstasy? Has to be Ecstasy. Can't be Crash Test Dummies, though. Don't worry, I've got it. Anyway, all of this talk about Moyes or Mourinho taking over at Goodison Park, for heaven's sake, that sounds dreadful. It'll be a car crash in slow motion. Couldn't agree more. I don't even talk about football anymore. It's far too depressing. I stick to cricket. And that's why I have some very special guests in studio from the Wanderers Club. Ladies, gentlemen, there must be one or two success stories from, all of the fine work that you're doing in developing the game. Believe it or not, that's exactly what you are doing on a day-to-day basis. Anyone in particular that kind of stands out for you?
Well, I think one of the success story in itself is that, we've only been in existence for two and a half seasons as a ladies team. So the first year they managed to finish fourth, and last year was second in the league. So I think we're progressing as a club in terms of ladies cricket. In the recent game between Gauteng and Northwest, we had two representatives playing for Gauteng. One of the ladies playing in that game, had never played cricket before she came to the Wanderers. So in two and a half seasons, she's come from not playing cricket. She was a soccer player and played some other things, not playing cricket and to playing provincial cricket. So I think it does show that we can create, we can take talent and develop talent and feed it into the system. So
Are you like proud parents on the side when that kind of things happen?
Yeah, definitely. We even have a little one called Amy, and she just got into the under-13 Gauteng team.
Fantastic.
So yeah, all ages and everybody is improving. And we have an ex-Protea player who joined us, decided to play cricket again, Kirsty Thompson. Yeah.
You have to ask the expert on all things women's cricket.
Yeah, she knows every single name. She knows how to pronounce it even.
You were thinking of the surname Thompson before you even had, okay, Kirsty Thompson, I got it. Fantastic. We were chatting all very briefly about the T10s as a tournament that you proudly host, I'm guessing. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, yeah. So last year was the first year we, as Wanderers Club, decided to host the T10 tournament. We had 10 teams. Our motto was each sleep hit sixes. It was over 3 days, and those sixes were hit. Last year, Irene Villages won. Odine Kirsten had the most amazing final over, chasing 180 something. Yeah. And then final over, she just clapped it. She hit the one ball, I think second last ball, from the middle of the top oval till the middle of the bottom oval.
No way.
That's how far she hit that six.
So they needed 10 off two balls.
Yeah, 10 off two balls.
Don't tell me they did it.
Yeah, they did it. They did it.
She, it was one of the best finals I've ever seen in all my cricket career. So it was a good start to the first T10 for sure.
Yeah, so this year we had 12 teams from all over the country. Quite a few Protea players who joined us. Shannon knows the names.
And we'll go to Shannon for that, yes.
Well, Faith Huntercliffe, she's an up-and-coming under 21 player. Robin Searle. And Marshall Etswaya last year, Dinesh Devnarin, who's the coach of Natal, and she's also one of the Protea emerging coaches that came up. And Odine Kirsten, I forgot to write again. And but the whole thing about the T10 is to encourage players to come and play and have fun and to draw the spectators, which is a 40-meter boundary. So it allows for lots of fours and sixes. How many sixes this year, mate?
This year there were over 150 sixes hit.
I love it.
But the best thing is there were 600s. And the fastest 100 was from 27 balls.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. That's not possible.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. You haven't seen women's cricket. Really.
That is extraordinary. If I was to press you 2020 as a year, any goals, anything you're looking forward to as a club? What would really make you happy come this time next year for Wanderers and women's cricket in general? I know you all look very stumped.
From a club point of view, we would like to win the league this year. We have a very competitive side. we have girls that's really put in the hard work, and we should be able to do it. We play one of our strongest sides this coming Saturday at Wanderers Club on the bottom oval. If anybody wants to come and see a good game of cricket.
There's good beer.
But other than that, we just really want to encourage girls, and we've got two sides now. When we started with one, so now we have two sides for the third season. Now beginning of the third season, we would love an under 13 team, because we would like to grow that side of our club, and we just want to leave a legacy. We won't be playing forever. I'm 43. Maddy's just turned 40, so it's important for us. We won't name Frank. Frank is going to play
Frank's in his early 20s, I believe. Yeah,
next year. So it's just we want to create an environment where girls can come play cricket and just have fun. And so if they want to become provincial players, it's the space to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Frank dropped me a mail, I think it was, just to say, enjoying the show. It would be nice to talk about cricket. And you can kind of get a feel. And I'm glad that you guys came to studio, because your energy is infectious. It really is. And your level of interest, your knowledge base about the game, particularly about women's game, is absolutely exceptional. If we want to get hold of you, we want to get hold of the club, what do we do? There might be mums and dads out there. There might be ladies out there who want to just come and have a game of cricket with no problems. You know what I mean? Just come and enjoy yourself. How do we get hold of you guys?
So we have the website. We've got the website www.wandererscricket.co.za. Wanderers Cricket, all one word. Similarly, we have our Facebook page, Wanderers Cricket Club. Is there as well. Should be quite easy to find. Just look for the chariot symbol, the chariot of the Wanderers. Shannon is probably the best person to talk to about anything to do with Wanderers Cricket. You can contact her at Shannon so it's Shannon with two N's, Shannon at wandererscricket.co.za. So it's not that difficult.
Shannon at wandererscricket.co.za. Are we allowed to ask you just questions about games and players, etc.?
Yeah, no,
I know that sounds strange,
anything.
but you're an incredible resource of knowledge. So maybe there's one or two questions that somebody wants to ask.
I just encourage every young girl, every adult, any woman that wants to play cricket, don't worry about your skill. Just if you enjoy the game, you enjoy watching, like Maddy did a couple of years ago, just come down and visit us and have a chat to me or any of the senior players, and just come and see what incredible vibe we have down there, and and have fun. That's all.
Well, listen, thank you very much for being in studio. It's been a real pleasure. It's been a treat.
Thanks, Steve.
You came and you played a bit of pool in the back there, and
I won.
You did. Okay.
and you were about to beat Frank as well.
Okay, Shannon at wandererscricket.co.za. Check out the website. Check out the Facebook page. I wish you every success in the future, and thanks once again for being on the Sports Mix.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
The Sports Mix with Steve Smith on Mix 93.8.